that again. Alrighty. Finally gonna be making POE 1 character for those good cosmetics. Hey, Kitty Pablo. Gonna do Pressia, obviously. I've decided on a Soul Ren mind throwing character. Feels like it could be a lot of fun.
Swift and silent, you stole the bounty.
The ascendancy that I looked at was Wild
A
Speaker.
stray dog that slaughters our sheep.
It seems like it's gonna work
Arius
out
is a
pretty well.
land of men, not animals.
Let's do this.
Think on that, Ranger. When Rayclass shows you how to truly live like an animal.
See if that works. Taco Cat already exists, unfortunate. Hardest part of POE 1, making a name for your character. Another good name, another good name. You know what? This is where AI comes in. Let's do it. Going to good old Instagram for this. They got their AI thing, and it works pretty well. It's probably much better ones to use, but Meta AI is gonna work. What is a good name for a character that attacks using cats? There we go. Well, these are some pretty terrible names so far. Hurlator. That could work. Let's see. Oh wait. Cataclysm is even better. Already taken. Oh. Yeah, we got one. Catacalypse. There we go. We found ourselves a name. It's perfect. Skip tutorials, don't really care. Let's get in here. Number one thing we gotta do, switch our health bar to purple. Absolutely essential. Fashion souls, extremely important. Get ourselves set up right. You know what, let's just go all Night Lotus everywhere. Make it fast and easy. No idea what any of... Oh right, WASD doesn't work. Oh, that threw me off. There we go. Already looking badass. Can't even put a weapon on yet because I don't have one yet.
You and I
Do this.
we're the only ones that made it to shore.
Come on, I know. Why are you saying... Oh, there's the bow there. My bad, it's been a little while. Man, the lack of WASD is throwing me off so hard. I'm so used to it from POE 1, or POE 2, my bad. Oh man, I feel so off right now with that. Do it. Make ourselves a little over the top with the goody goods. I mean, nah, the rest is good. The number one thing we need to get though, the whole purpose of this is when we get Soul Rend, we have the Soul Rend microtransaction. That is number one. Kitty, what you doing, buddy? Now, I've made a ranger once, but it was definitely not good. So I'm probably gonna suck. But, oh well. We'll figure it out eventually. This is definitely not a super well thought out build. This is just something that I thought would be a lot of fun. Momentum. There we go. And there's absolutely no way I am doing the... I can't even think of his name right now. The thing where you do this area all the way to like level 8 to try and get the The unique sword. Oh, I did that twice and I'll never do that again. That was just horrible. Yeah, Hillock, I'm sorry, but I can't go through that again. I'm glad they put it in the game because, I mean, it's interesting that you can farm the area over and over, but it is not worth it whatsoever. Come on, Hillock, catch on fire. There we go.
I'm still breathing, that's a good sign.
Game, I believe. Auto equip, key pickup, disable. Is it because I don't have Z pressed? What did I do? Where's my loot on the ground? Something seems off. Yeah, definitely messed something up. Whatever, I'll figure it out. Well, considering I can't even see my Hillock's drops, this is an issue. You're right here, buddy. Come on. What the hell's going on? Always enabled, I guess. Disabled. What the heck? That's probably what it was, is... What the heck? I'm pressing all the buttons. There we go. Okay. I don't want to hold Alt to see it, though. Like... What the heck is going on? Gotta get this fixed here. Been too long since I've done Path of Exile, so now this is bothering me here. If anybody has the knowledge of how to put this locked, I would love to know. Like having items popping up. Toggle highlighting is Z, but it's not popping up. What the hell? I guess I have it set so it's always going off, and it's not the best, but whatever. I'll make do. Crude bow. Yeah, it's the same as I got it. Nothing's worthwhile here. I'll just go forward.
You got the big bastard.
Hi, kitty.
I witnessed you.
And
Return
we got
soon.
King's March already. That's right, this is still 3.25. I forgot about that. Whatever.
I'm glad we have farewell.
Hey, Toodles.
Next, I'll handle things.
Oh, always a pleasure.
Oh, we already got our 5 gold and everything. There we go. Establish recruitment.
Here's the next test.
We're rich.
Already eager to sign up
Kitty, your hair's all up my nose, buddy.
for a brighter King's
It's
March.
terrible. I can even wear it. Perfect. Now, I highly doubt I'm able to do anything in here yet, so I'm not even going to worry about it.
What's your bag? Local?
Yeah. Yeah, that explains it. Alrighty, we'll just move on ahead. Not going to worry about too much. We're just going to hammer levels, get through the areas, be a boss. Because the faster I can throw cats, the better. Plan I have set up. Ooh, I got all my that's wow. There's a lot more tabs than in Path of Exile 2. What do I got in here that I don't have in the other ones? Delve, obviously. Cards. Fragments, don't have that. Okay, so I got a lot of tabs now. Alrighty then. We'll just put everything in the bottom tab 16 here for now that I don't need. Ugh.
I've seen you
Kitty
before.
hair in my mouth.
Goodbye.
Find one.
Ooh.
Still alive.
Split arrow, ice shot, frost blades, caustic arrow. Probably ice. Big base versus 100% converted, and there's like nothing there. I just go with ice shot. Like I said, I've never done a hunter very well. I know I got the other options here, but the main one I'd want to go with, probably, well, I'm wanting to do mines. It doesn't seem like they have that mine support yet, so we'll just go with this. 60% and... oh, that's terrible actually. Never mind. Screw that, we'll just stick with fire arrow. We'll figure it out. We got the fashion, which is the #1 most important thing in this game. Howdy folks, I see a few of you have showed up. Welcome to the chat.
My mana is gone.
Path of Exile 1 feels so different than 2 right now. I'm really missing the WASD, but I'll get used to it pretty quick. I used this for a long time. I better get used to it again. Go. So the trick for these areas is to try and run through it as fast as possible. I've never really been that good at it. I've hated skipping extensive bits of content because, you know, I want to see all the nooks and crannies. But in this case, I've seen them quite a bit. If I find the crazy fire lady, she's probably going to burn me to death and kill me, but she should be up there somewhere. Making my way towards the exit. There we go, that's the good stuff. Yeah, some people are really good at their leveling process, like get through the entire campaign in like 4 or 5 hours kind of thing. I do not know how they have that skill, but it's impressive.
The worms will have to wait a bit longer for this meal.
The game doesn't pause in this one. Probably right now, probably go through here and then rebalance to this tree later on, because early game we need any bit of damage possible. I keep hitting WASD and it does nothing except for messes with me because I'm expecting it to do things. Oopsie. This system, I forgot. It's good when you get a certain power level in the game. You can clear these out in like literal seconds, but right now this is just rough. Not a bow enjoyer.
My mana is gone.
You know what? I got that yellow sword in my stash. I think when I get out of this area, I'm just gonna grab that yellow sword, get a different skill, probably like kinetic bolt, maybe frost blades, and just rock with that until I can get the proper mines and soul rend going, which is like level 27, I believe, or 28. I'm also not used to hammering all these potions anymore. Oh man, I've been too strong for too long. Well, I got some shoes finally. Definitely feel the damage ramping up just those little increases already, so yay me. Yeah, probably frost blades because everything in this tree is projectile damage, and frost blades is still projectile, so that'd fit pretty dang well. Yeah, we got a game plan. There's some chests, we got it. And a portal scroll, hell yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, there's something odd acting up here where I have to hold Alt to see the loot. I'm not able to see it at all, even with the loot filter turned off. I do not know what's going on here with that. Seems broken. And it's not like it's just bad stuff not showing up. Like, this is area level 1 and I'm not able to see like rares dropping on the ground or the chromatic orb. So it's definitely something I have selected is wrong.
I'd almost stop.
The flask, absolutely essential. Pierce, Mirage, Volley, probably Volley. That or Pierce. Down here for our bottom. Yeah, I get that set up. This will be a lot more damage if I can get the gems for it. Obviously, I don't have, or nor would I want to use the orbs to get it set up better. Right, WSA is still not working. Oh man, I feel so off. I think so. What else can we use? Like this here's a one-handed sword. We got this bad boy. Blue and red. Do not have the level for it. I'm 4, almost there. Okay, blues and reds. Pretty good stuff there. Actually, these guys just put soft blue and green. Let's see what we got. Purchase. Wood Cossack, Dual Strike, hell no. Frostblades is the obvious one. Spectral Throw is also ridiculously good. Probably Spectral Throw. But Spectral Throw would be better than Frostblades for right now. Yeah, let's do that. Terrible that we lose the support gems right now, but we'll get that figured out pretty quick. Assembly, ooh, nice. Warriors and just bleed, okay. All these are currently pointless and useless, so we're just going to slot them in to get leveled up and not care about really much else. That'll stay in my inventory for now, and we go back. Better. Much, much, much better. So much more damage. Oh yeah, we're in good shape now. Beautiful. This place, unfortunately, you need to kill everything, so it can be a bit of a pain, but we'll get it. This big upgrade, yeah, we're not worrying about too much. That's so much better. Burning arrow and that bow is just terrible. We're set. We're set for probably a couple of
Pain
areas.
brings strength. That's nature for you.
Projectile damage. These. The. And did a lot more damage than the last one, that's surprising. That's all good. Howdy do, Zenith? We just started, so POE 1 right now is... I've lost my muscle memory for it for sure. As it stands, I keep hitting WASD and not knowing what I'm doing wrong initially, but then I realize, alright, buttons are different in this game, and then I feel like a dummy. Also, I can't seem to figure out how to get my dang loot to stay up, but I probably turned that off a while back and now can't remember to turn it back on. And it's not the filters. It's not the filters, because I've already turned off the filter and it's still staying nice and hidden. So I just need to press Alt when I'm running by things to see what's what. space. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really running into any problems with the mods. It's just running into problems with forgetting what the button setups are because I got so used to the other game. You're tweaking your monk build yesterday, which is based on mine. Interesting thing found was done with Jack of all trades, vulgar strikes, and goring. That has been pretty ridiculous. Oh, you found one! Holy crap! Goring strikes too? Oh, that sounds amazing. I can't remember exactly which one that is, but I remember looking at it for all the available skills, and holy crap. Sounds like you hit the jackpot. Did you have to sell your kidney for it, or was it actually affordable? Go. Large mana flask, get rid of that little guy. Large life flask. Oh, very nice. Yeah, it's obviously a good one. That thing could actually give you some leech if you have any of that on any of your gear. It's something I've had to basically pretend doesn't exist anymore. I have pressed Z and it's not doing it. So like here, this is me pressing Alt. And now when I press Z, I don't see anything. So this is Z on. And it's still not working. And this is with hide filter ground items off. So I guess I just need to turn the loop filter off entirely. Or maybe go for a really low end one. Will this work better? I still gotta press it for those basic ones. Whatever. It might have just been... I don't know. I had hide filtered off. Let's see what goes on now. We'll get it though. But thank you, adventurer. Did you take an arrow to the knee? With some guy who didn't know any better, I sniped right away because I played the game with live search on. I did tell him that is probably worth 10 times more, but he didn't get... Well, it's good on you to let him know. If he doesn't care, he doesn't care, and then you're both happy. And thank you again, adventure. Yeah, okay. I guess hiding didn't affect it, but even though I have, I thought the loop filter wouldn't affect it if it was low level, because I've never had one that affected it in level 1 before. That's weird. I'm actually surprised I didn't die here. I think this is my first time, I mean, I'm gonna jinx it, of course, but my first time leveling a new character and not actually dying in this area, because I usually just go too hard too fast. And it's almost always to the league mechanic too, because the first time they introduced the league mechanics in this area, and it's almost always overtuned as well. At least this season they seem to balance it pretty well. Reminds me, that shield on. There we go. 7-5. Well, 2 whole energy shield. That's worth it. Really easy. Come on, game. Let's do this. Uh-oh. I'm gonna turn this. That's my bad. That's why I kept getting stuck in there. I kept trying to go out and then just swinging on nothing. It's an embarrassing way to die. But it's happened more than once. Myself a second Quicksilver Flask. Oh, I do have some. Perfect. Added vest. Instead of 10 to strength, this is just straight trash. Give me some gloves. That's really all I got to work with right now. Okay. Oh yeah, vulgar methods alone is insane, and same thing with Jack of all trades, absolutely nutty good. And then for you to get another good mod on there on top of it, you're laughing. You got, I think, the best item in the game for your character right now. So I've never done a mine throwing character before. I think it'll be good because I have done a brand character and I really, really liked it. I'm hoping it'll feel kind of similar. If it doesn't, oh well. I did a little bit of research into the new ascendancies, and so there's one that's Wild Speak, I think it's called. So essentially it turns all of your minion damage into your damage at 150% value, but on top of it, it also gives you a bunch of charges, and your first ascendancy you get level 20 Spirit Wolf, and it just seems like a really good leveling build that also transfers into a very good endgame build. With that said, though, I'm probably not going to play all the way into endgame. This is a little bit of a temporary play, but I still think it's going to be really, really fun. Kitava won't know what hit him. Quicksilver Flask, perfect. Does anybody remember the crafting or the shop recipe for the movement speed? I'm pretty sure it's white boots, Quicksilver Flask, and like an iron ring or something. It might just be the flask. Either way, I just need that move speed. Yay. I so much miss this purple health bar. I can't wait for that to be in POE too. They just need to make the little bit of a microtransaction cosmetic update. Bring in that health bar and I'm happy. No. Wait. Figure out the bottom. Overlay map. World screen. There it is, world screen. Talk to the town. Visit King's March. Build the dock. And... okay, good. This isn't the area where I need to get the ascendancy points. Boots plus flask plus order of augmentation. Thank you so much, Adventure. Appreciate that. I'll go do that as soon as I get back to town. There's so many shop recipes, I have a terrible time remembering any of them. So I appreciate that, Gadia. I'm your podcast? Perfect. Yeah, night shifts, not a fun rotation. My girlfriend, she does the same. She works till, well, a different night shift, but she works till about 1:30 in the morning. So I feel your pain. And hey, if I help keep you awake, then I'm doing good work. The goal I aspire to is to be the YouTube channel that I help people fall asleep to, because I can't sleep without a video in the background, and I appreciate those guys, like Northern Lion and Pekin Wolf, or Pekin Wolf. Yeah, those two guys, they really help me fall asleep at night. I guess in your case, I'm needing to do the exact opposite, so if I put you to sleep, I'm sorry. I'm oh so sorry. Blackout curtains really turned it around for you? Oh man. Yeah, blackout curtains are a game changer. Whenever I go to my family's houses for the holidays and I need to stay in there, like the old bedrooms, and it's basically daytime at 4 in the morning, I just hate life. Makes me want to get home so much faster. It's like, yeah, I love seeing you family, but I need sleep. So I know that these siren spawn are, like, technically mermaids, but they're like nightmare mermaids. Good stuff. Give me the essence. But this guy doesn't actually even give me an essence, it's just the boss in this area. Go big crab. Do it. Oh, I did get an essence. I thought for sure I didn't from that boss for some reason. Yeah, my mom, she was an RN for a lot of years, so I kind of got used to her coming back at home at like 7 or 8 in the morning, depending on the shift, and it's really hard to kind of share a life with somebody who's always asleep when you're awake and awake when you're asleep. It's a difficult one, so I know it's essential. I'm not too sure what your job is, but I'm sure it's really important if they have you around the clock. Accidentally did that side bit of content, but now we'll go the other direction and actually advance. Does anybody know when the mines start to feel like they can come online, you can use them for certain abilities? Because like this is going to be all new to me. I'm going in 100% on it, but I am going in semi-blind. The only thing I know you need is that charged mine support, I believe it's called. Everything else is just foreign to me. So right now, the girlfriend and I were celebrating a little bit. She works too much. She has 5 weeks straight of shifts, like literally not even a weekend, no day off. She's got a couple doubles in there too for they're split 16-hour days, so it's not even like 16 hours straight. It's 8 hours and then like 3 hours off, and then go back for another 8 hours, and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible on the body. It's terrible on the psyche. And so we're celebrating because she just got another couple of jobs that is going to allow us to change her working situation right now, so she shouldn't have to deal with these crazy long stretches with the terrible splits. It'll be kind of almost entirely one system, like all one health region, and yeah. If she does have those crazy days, at least it'll be straight 16 hours instead of completely destroying her entire day, essentially being a pseudo 19 or 20 hour day. Oh, there's some good stuff over here. I gotta get this guy. So, mana per enemy hit, strength and ints. Yeah, definitely there. She's definitely a ridiculously strong person, and she needs to, because she's supporting her family back home as well, and without the sacrifices she's doing here, her daughter's going to be not as supported as she should be. Let's just put it that way. And well, I can. Like last weekend, I made a whole bunch of cookies, and I'm trying to prepare food, so I got everything in the fridge ready for supper when she gets here in probably like an hour or so. Then she doesn't need to worry about much. I just need to cook some noodles, which will take no time at all, and then she can relax for the rest of her day, because she's been working too long and too hard. Come on, guys, sit still. There we go, we got you. We're doing it. We got through the tunnel. We got 8 unclaimed rewards? What? What? I don't remember getting all the rewards last season, but I guess I did. Interesting. I know I need to go to the vault to get it, but interesting. I didn't think I got the simulacrum. And the fact that I have it is making me heavily tempted to get the premium track, because that's a decent amount of stuff. Let's see here. If I do that, 5 points. What kind of bundles do we got going on here? Or specials? Not specials. Specials isn't the right one. Plus, you know, I'm not too worried about the stuff that only works in POE 1 right now. I want the stuff for POE 2 for sure. 5 points. Paladin Supporter. I like the Paladin weapon type there. Can I see it? Harpy fly over level up extra effect. That could be fun. Oh boy. I don't know what those oh, that's the level up effect. Oh, that's actually pretty cool though. It kind of looks like the snowbirds coming over. Hitting everything. Oh man. Okay, yeah, I'm getting it. Let's hope it does not give my credit card information here. There we go. Hit that over to the side. Why is it... Okay, I'll have to do that off stream, because I'm not too sure if it's going to give off my credit card information, which would be very, very, very bad. I guess we'll figure that out another time. We'll do that later. Okay, now where am I? The one thing that is kind of a good and a bad thing, finally, after being injured for 10 months, I'm able to do some like legitimate exercises again, and it feels so good. But because I have essentially not been able to do a proper exercise in 10 months, my body is feeling it. I am so weak right now, so ridiculously weak. For the past about 3 days, I've been struggling to touch my knees, not even touching the ground when I bend over, because I did some squats, just some, not even heavy squats. Like, I had my one dumbbell in my hand, for the sake of giving a little bit of resistance, and, oof, yeah, my body was crying. Like, it hurt to walk, and it was embarrassing, because they're not even hard exercises. Just a couple of light squats, and it turned me into a baby. The rest of them, though, like the shoulder and neck and back stuff, they're not too bad, but it's just because it was an ankle injury, my legs are just done. Like, is it MADS? Muscle... I can't remember what the term is, but yeah. Delayed onset. DOMS, there it is. Delayed onset muscle soreness. That. it took 2 days to kick in, and then it lasted for about 4. But the other good news is, my baby girl, Beverly, she was happy to finally be taken on for a walk for the first time in many moons by me. It was a celebration, even if it did make me feel like a wuss. Let's do the proper technique where you run past them, then you throw it behind you. Therefore you can hit them all twice.
As the prey grows more fierce,
Here's the
so
first
must the
one. Second one. If you get yourself set up just right with the spectral blade, you can have this thing hit it at the end like 5, 6, 7 times. It's pretty good. Pretty dang good. Why it's so good for leveling up. Everything else, like that fire arrow, yeah, when it ignited it felt decent, but if it didn't ignite, you're just sitting there hating life, running out of mana. Oop. I'll get myself in trouble here. Go, Goat Man. They're doing a great job at helping me level up. Did I just do a circle? Where's the exit? Screwed that up entirely. Probably not that way. There we go. Game's starting to feel a lot smoother now. I'm making less button click mistakes after remembering that WSD doesn't work. Figured out movement again. I'm using my potions. It feels like a normal game again. There's a guy on YouTube called Dantix. He does, I don't know if he does his own voice, or if it's AI voices, or how he does it, but he does kind of a voiceover with the Mass Effect characters, and it's definitely not PC humor, but it's really fun, and I'm enjoying the heck out of listening to his jokes. And it's making me really, really antsy for when Mass Effect 4 comes out. Can't wait for it. It's also giving me kind of an itch for Cyberpunk again, as weird as that is. Maybe it's just the kind of humor that's in Cyberpunk 2077. It's another game that I really, really love. Had a horrible, horrible release, but right now it's probably one of the better RPGs out there. They really fixed, like, basically all of it. Trying to think of a few other things that I could be picking up in my downtime, but honestly, I'm kind of running out of downtime these days. It's spring thaw, and now spring cleaning is kicking in, and as the snow melts, I'm realizing just how terrible of a mess the dogs made in the backyard. Like, oh, it's bad back there, it's so bad. But when that's done and dealt with, maybe I'll actually be able to find a little something to pick up. I know a lot of people are enjoying Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 right now, but I would not enjoy that. I picked up the first one for a whole of 5 minutes when it was free on PlayStation, and just the jankiness of the mobility around, like when you go to pick something up. Like, I'll tell you the story. I didn't like the slidiness of my character, but I was able to look past that. I've looked past a lot worse things for a lot of games, and I was willing to move on. But then I went into, like, the first house in the tutorial area, the very first area, and, like, there's an apple on the table I wanted to pick up, just an apple. And there was a bench in the way, so it's like, okay, it's annoying that I can't pick it up because of the bench, but whatever, I'll just sit down on the bench. And so I'm on the left side of the table, and I go to sit down, and then my character walks all the way to the right side of the bench to sit down, and I still can't pick up that apple. I couldn't slide, I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. And I will never touch Kingdom Come again after that. Something so small made me rage quit that game, and I just could not do it. Kudos. Oh, what is happening here? My computer's still working, but, well, that's weird. Path of Exile 1 just hard crashed when I touched the waypoint? That's weird. At least I didn't crash the computer, but still, highly unexpected. Over there, so I'm gonna resize this. Here we go. I am Catocalypse. Catocalypse. Wow, that's a hard one to say. Catocalypse. There we go. I can't even say my own character's name, but you know what? It works. That's funny. I'm playing Path of Exile 1 and it's telling me to stream Path of Exile 2 to my friends. So, you said, which orb was it? Orb of Augmentation, Alteration, Transmutation. I don't have an Augmentation orb yet. Alrighty. Unfortunate. This here is apparently my flask setup one. Perfect. Give myself some cold res, upgrade my boots, give me some rarity, I guess. Destroy that crap. Spectral throw. Dex and int is better than any of that, so here we go. Volley support can keep leveling up. I could have swore I had a few that were, I mean, these boots obviously, red, green, blue. I was probably going to sell them right away, but where's my other thing? Oh, the helmet, there it is. Okay, I guess I'll sell those later. What do you got for me, Target?
Now that you've drained them,
Cool, bear trap, sniper's mark. They're all attacks. Dang. Probably this guy. Give me a little passive damage there. Never use shrapnel ballista, so it should be fun. Ooh, there we go. Dash, that's the good. That's what we're looking
you
for.
managed to kill a granddaddy crab. A pity you couldn't lug it up out of the caves for us. A necro.
Oh. Scrolls here, input. Whatever's Q needs to move over to this. WQ ER. Gotcha. U will be dash, even though this is a really terrible dash, and Q will be the shrapnel ballista. This is nothing.
Yes?
Yeah, I'll put those on for the moment. 5, I'm not gonna deal with those. Just drop them. Here for you guys, you just come in there. Lot 1. Going down to the attack speed with accuracy rating dex, and then probably come not with bows. Probably through here with the all elemental res up into this area here with projectiles, because this seems perfect. Yeah. This here seems like a really good natural path for what I'm doing, then come down for the slots and the frenzy charges. Yeah, we got a plan. We got a plan. I can't use the ballista? Oh, I need a bow to use it. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I mean, it makes sense, but it's unfortunate. We're doing it. Oh, that's a bad time for the Legion to pop up. I got no AoE right now. I mean, I got some, but not any good ones. No. And with these guys, ooh, I got a little bit more. Oopsie, I'm using all my good tips. Yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but if you double tap multiple Quicksilver Flask, it doesn't stack the duration, it just resets it. So me double tapping it like that was really dumb. Hit. Again. Got him. Others. Don't care about the life blast. We'll take the bow. Set this up. Take it out quick. That was a really fast level, surprisingly. I know it's not good to like try to farm areas for levels. You want to move as fast from one area to the next, but hey, this is working for me right now. Once I am actually using abilities that I plan on using, I'll be doing that. I'll be moving fast, but right now I'm not using anything I plan to stick with, so unfortunately it's making me a little less comfortable with my actions. I don't know if any character would ever use a hatchet. Like even Bone Shatter, I doubt they'd ever use a one-handed axe. Feels like kind of a... I don't know if it's completely useless, but it feels kind of useless for an early game weapon for really any character. I'm fully ready to admit that I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure nobody uses the hatchet for anything other than just, I have nothing else. Got that level up. Okay. Point to Forsaken. Yeah, it already feels better. That was a pretty big level up. That was pretty massive.
There's no justice in a place like this.
This one
Only
prison?
misery.
Already fighting piety? Not quite. Let's unload though first. Seemed to have too much on me at the time. Ooh, yellow slippers. Oh, 10% move speed. There we go. That's good. Sell that. Probably an upgrade. 8 decks. I don't have the... Gives me some life regen though. And it's 3 link sockets, so let's do that. So that's... Volley can go on it. Or sorry. Spectral throw. Drop shrapnel ballista. Yeah. We just upgraded. Probably faster attacks, but multiple projectiles could be really good. Do faster attack so it feels better. Because right now it has a bit of a delay to the throw. We don't need that. There's no move speed, so it's basically pointless. Charges. Put this in. Have 1, same with this guy. These guys are probably not worth keeping, but hey. Level 4 for both of them. 4 to 6 to fire, and that is just a little bit of increased damage. That one would be better. There we go. Now, if I do decide to play it for a little bit longer, I have the option with those guys. Oh, I didn't realize that was a large and this one's a medium. So I guess I'm dropping it. Oh. Just one moment. I gotta mute. Alrighty, I'm back. Girlfriend, she was a little bit excited and had to let her know that I'm on the clock right now, so I had to postpone our conversation, but she'll be home probably after a few stops, and then, yeah, we'll talk about it then. You know, I've never actually got the thing where it was made all the I'm not going to do it, that's way too much. All the conversations with everybody. It's way too much, though. I did it on my very first playthrough ever on the PlayStation, but oof, I am not doing that again. Ooh, I forgot to put a faster attacks. Ooh, that feels better. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. Guys, he hits big, he hits hard. I really like Glacial Cascade. That is a great skill. I've always wanted to make that work, but I've never done it either. That was always on my list. And so when that comes into Path of Exile 2, that's probably one of the first ones I'm going to do. Probably a Druid with Glacial Cascade in like bear form. That's something I'm really looking forward to. Like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Go first ascendancy trial. We just gotta wait for this to go and then come through with speed. Do not care about anything else, just make your way out and you win the game. If you don't know it, you need to do those little trials at the very start to be able to make your ascensions. It unlocks the Ascendancy dungeon, and unlike in 2, it's more of a puzzle with one boss fight in there that happens 3 times, and if you beat the boss all 3 times, you get your ascensions. The first 2 are quite easy. The third one can be a little bit difficult, but the fourth one, it's quite hard, but definitely not even remotely close to the level of Path of Exile 2. In 2, there's some people who are level 90 who still can't beat the Trials of Ascension, and so for the most part they just pay someone to beat it for them. And I know when I was doing it with my buddies at first, it was terrible. My character was the only one who was able to beat it, so it ended up being kind of repetitive doing it over and over at the start, and then I just didn't do it for a really long time, and I forgot the boss fight. When I had to do it again to help someone else, I had no idea what was going on. But it was still crazy hard because it was before I got any bit of power increase while we were all still figuring out the game. But in this one, first playthrough, as long as you get like the stone that allows you to do the final ascendancy, you try it a few times, you'll be able to clear it. It might be pretty hard, but with some smart gameplay, you can make yourself beat the guy. Kind of a dick of a boss, though. He doesn't die when his health reaches 0. He sits there and attacks you for seemingly a random amount of time. Sometimes he pops and goes away, but for the most part he'll sit there for like an extra 10 or so seconds. And yeah, it doesn't feel good when that happens, especially if you're a glass cannon build, which is one of many reasons why glass cannons do not feel the best in this game. With that said though, my idea in mind for this character is pretty glass. But I'm not trying to push limits here. I just want to summon kitties and clear maps. Oh man, I can't wait for it. I don't know if I can even show it off yet. Like, obviously I don't have Soul Rend or the means to show it off yet, but maybe if I were to come here. Microtransaction stash. Skill effects, there it is. The Celestial Cat Soul Rend. Your Soul Rend becomes a Celestial Cat effect. This is the only thing in the game that matters right now. Oh, I can't wait for it. Wonder how the Toad looks here, too. Oh, he looks solid. Oh, Mortimer, you look so good! The color effect is a little bit off in this game, but whatever. I'm happy with it. Mortimer's the best big boy. Feels different than I'm used to. I mean, granted, it's been like a year since I've played, but it feels different. Maybe not a year. I did play at the very start of 3.25 for like a month. So whatever that time frame was. I do not know how long ago that was. I just know that this quote-unquote season has lasted an extremely long time. Did I not beat everybody? Somebody outside here? Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be it. I know each sword is doing less damage, but it's so satisfying seeing 3 get tossed out, or 4. I think it's 3 though. Got my first sneak. Can't believe how much easier start of 1 is compared to 2. Like, it's ridiculously easier. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just kind of shocked at the difference in early level power. With that said, though, I've heard that the end level power in 2 is definitely going to be the reverse side of that, where yeah, there's too many ways to become ridiculously powerful in 2, so that you're not going to have that crazy level. I'm not too worried about that, though. Chambers, we got you. Piety here for the first time.
Quite sure of yourself, aren't you, Huntress?
The warden enjoys.
This here is generally a pretty hard boss. He can one-shot and is not very kind about it. I'm gonna be counting on Blink quite a bit whenever he pulls me in like that. Also, he's got me in a really small room. I don't like this. Come on, buddy. Come on. Go. That's right, buddy. I got you now, Brutus. Bye, big boy.
I've done for you what I would do for any wounded animal.
My loyal Declan, give Our Lady Piety your
We
absolute
are
support and
solid.
watch you with absolute
Howdy
scrutiny.
doody, Alboros.
There is much to
What do you
learn
think?
from likes
Auto
of
bomber
positive
crit
the
builds?
Emperor
Any thoughts
and the
on
Soul
which
Sword.
ascendancy would you prefer it and why?
I would hate for Piety to feel that she need shoulder such perilous wisdom alone.
I haven't looked into it too much, but I'm pretty sure Surfcaster would be pretty amazing with Auto Bomber. And then Witch and Scion are kind of the usual Auto Bomber types. So I can't remember what their ascendancies are like, but yeah, I'd say probably go Surfcaster. Well, thank you very much. Glad you like the content. can't wait for the next season. Like, I'm gonna actually have most of it recorded. I'll have some stuff out for kind of ideas of how I've updated it since with like the really broken tech, and so there's like literally no swaps. I mean, unless you count a weapon swap. I do have a weapon swap, but that's all I do. And it's for all content. I'll be making a video on that later on, but it's kind of... Oh, I understood, Alboros. I get you. We're at the point where a lot of POE 2 has been figured, and we're just waiting on the patch now, because that 2.0 is going to change so many things, and yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait for that. There we go. Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, the monk, I think, is a ridiculously fun class. I couldn't believe how fun it was. I picked it because I thought it was going to be crazy fun, but it blew my expectations away. Like, I think I enjoyed it more than any Path of Exile 1 build, which is wild to say because I've had a lot of fun with some of my characters in this game. It's kind of unfortunate how much I enjoyed it, because now while I'm playing this game I'm thinking I want to play Path of Exile 2. I mean, that's a great problem to have. It's just an unexpected problem. Weird looking dog. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot to be excited for. Pretty sure they've already confirmed that there's going to be new classes, which, right off the top of my head, I'm thinking Druid and the... I can't think of the name they put it for Path of Exile 2, but it's essentially the Diablo 2 Amazon, with, you know, obviously Javelin and that sort of gameplay. That's the one that I'm ridiculously excited for. I thought it was going to be Druid, but I mean, if you give me D2 nostalgia in a game as polished as Path of Exile 2, I'm going to take that every time. And I know Druid was in D2 as well, but
This should put a dent in
it
your
wasn't a very good Druid in D2. Now, whenever they bring Shadow in, oh, I hope they have... Well, actually, no, not even the Shadow. It'd still be probably better with the Monk with the D2 Assassin style with the martial art. Oh, if the Monk had that kind of thing going on, entirely unarmed martial arts, that could be such a good ascendancy. Like, so many things that they could expand on. They've got a few things in the tree specifically for unarmed stuff. They got a bunch of unarmed skills. Like, they could really make unarmed something special. And then obviously trap playstyle. That was probably my favorite playstyle, putting down those lightning traps. That's already kind of a thing in this game, and I hope they bring it back, like the whole miner and traps. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I've not done it, but I've been really excited to try it. I've done the brand stuff, and the brands were incredible. How do I do Smack TV? Can you explain what Blight is?
life and
I've
death
seen a
live
few
side
streamers
by
say they
side.
want Blight in PoE
This
2,
is
and I have no
strange
idea what they're
land.
talking about. Yeah, for sure. So Blight is essentially Path of Exile's version of tower defense. You got a girl who is very full of herself, and it's actually kind of funny. It's a great character that way, and she asks for your help dealing with the Blight, and Blight is just like corrupted ground, kind of like these flowers on the ground. but she's got essentially an extractor that brings lines going around on the ground, and it spawns a whole bunch of bosses. They follow a set corridor, and you need to annihilate the bosses as fast as possible and the regular minions. And you have the tower defense style stuff. You build towers all over the place, you upgrade them, they have costs, and you can reduce the cost based on things on your Atlas tree. So if I don't have access to the Atlas tree yet, because, or at least I don't seem to, because I haven't gotten to maps yet. But essentially, you'd be able to reduce the costs, and you can also reduce them again with Annoyance on your ring, and you can spec entirely into building towers instead of fighting them yourself. You can also make it so the towers are less powerful, but they take more damage from you. It's a whole big mess of a tower defense game that a lot of people really like. You get absolutely nothing for it unless you are successful, and if you're successful, it's a massive loot explosion at the end. In the maps, you get little ones with little bits here and there, with a good chance of getting blighted maps, and then if you go into the blighted map itself, it is huge rewards and some of the most currency you can make in the game. And because it's tower defense, you don't actually need a powerful character. All you need is the know-how of how to deal with the situation. You just build good towers with a good strategy, and a lot of people like it a lot because it's how a lot of people are able to unlock currency to make strong characters. It's definitely not for everybody, especially when the Blight character keeps saying new roots over and over again, or the new mycelium, and it's all thanks to me, giving you absolutely no credit for you doing literally all the work. But it's a good mechanic that a lot of people are all for. Oh, I didn't know that, adventurer. That's interesting. Okay, so Fresia is unique in the sense that it has no Atlas, which I did not know. And I guess the idols, I don't know what they look like yet, but I assume you would use them kind of like the sextants. And does that boost it up? Is that about right? It was definitely really interesting, Smack TV. Like, not everybody liked it, but not everybody liked everything in Path of Exile 1. Like, I really do not like Delve, and I love Delirium, and what's another? I mean, the bosses, obviously. That's my big thing. I love the bosses in this game. But, like, Delirium and can't remember the name of it right now, but Breach is also pretty good. But those are all obviously in Path of Exile 2 as well. They unfortunately kind of reduced Delirium a lot, made it less interesting, but it's similar. It's kind of like a neutered version of what's in 1. Some people, like, the one that is the craziest experience grind for people in Path of Exile 1 that a lot of people miss is the Legion one. That's, you may have seen it earlier on, where I touch an obelisk and a bunch of enemies appeared immediately beside me, but they're all frozen. I smack their frozen bodies, and then the ones that I was able to take out before the timer ran out, they came back to life and I fought them again. That one is the craziest way to get experience, because you can unlock these stones that expand the way that you open up your maps and your atlas and whatnot. And you can unlock something called a 5-way, and the 5-way, it just keeps spawning and spawning and spawning, and the only thing that really slows it down is your own kill speed. So you're getting top tier experience as fast as you can kill things until the timer runs out. And yeah, that's how a lot of people level to 100 in like a day, but it's expensive. So people, they make builds specifically designed just for doing the 5-way as fast as possible, and they'll get somebody like a friend or even like a bot to follow them around with auras to super buff them, and all they do all day for like weeks on end is usher people to level 100, and they get paid handsomely for it, like ridiculously handsomely. It's branching exile. Yeah. Oh, 100% adventure. Like her voice lines, they yeah, there's something else. There's something else entirely. I love that they made a character like her just like such an ass of a person, but also like, oh, something about new mycelium, new roots, and it's branching exile being all she says makes me really wish I didn't have to fight her, not fight her, listen to her all the time. Come on, Fairgraves, let's go. Like in Path of Exile 2, I could not deal with this many enemies spawning like this effortlessly, and this is just volley support with Spectral Throw and some faster attacks. And the faster attacks isn't really affecting anything here, except for just making it feel smoother. And I was face tanking that. If I were to do that to any of the bosses in 2, and I know this, they would splat me. Ooh, 5% movement speed, crit chance, attack damage, perfect. Yeah, I hope they bring back pretty much all the mechanics. Like, right now, the current mapping system in Path of Exile 2 is essentially Delve. And I'm kind of, I'm torn on it. On one hand, it's nice that it's like an interesting and interactive map. On the other hand, I don't want to be doing the maps I'm kind of forced to be doing. I'd rather, like in this game, if you like Sandspit, you could only do Sandspit maps if you chose to. And it's a nice option because, like, hey, not having to do maps you don't want to do is wonderful. And I don't know if you remembered it, but when you were leveling up, it said, like, favored maps unlocked. It was a glitch. You don't actually have that in 2. But if they did, it would have been nicer. It would have meant you could have chosen to not see Meyer Augury as often. They have some work to do, but the fact that they made that endgame system in like a month is pretty impressive. They could have done much worse with the time they had. So I got an upgraded weapon probably. See this rapier. Yeah, that's a lot more damage. Perfect. That's a ton more damage. Boom. 1.6 attacks, 1.6 it's a little bit slower, but that's it. My damage went 225 DPS from 97, so more than doubled. Very nice. Unload again, because I am not really doing too much. 5 energy shields, armor and evasion, armor evasion. This one gives strength, this one gives attack speed, very nice. They both give attack speed. Let's get then. No, that one's terrible, so I'm not even looking at it. It's just a matter of now I have options for other low-level characters. There we go. Sell all of this stuff now.
For some, Mervale dwell if you must.
Okay, so Toxic Rain is a really good one. A lot of people make builds with that. Lightning Arrow 2, these are the best ones. Reeve. Reeve is fun, but it's not going to work with what we got here. Elemental Hit is crazy good. Siege Ballista, Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike seems to be the skill of the season right now, but I am not doing it. the blind something, blind monk, blind seer, blind prophet, whatever it's called, uses either lightning strike or frost blades or molten strike with the essentially free Nimbus ring that it gets with the build, and it's super good, but I don't want that. That is definitely not what I'm going about. Elemental hit though, let's actually try it. I haven't done elemental hit before, and I know it can be really good.
Take care.
Fair grace.
Hell yeah, new skill points.
The war.
Whirling Blades, Blink Arrow, Smoke Mine, Precision. That could be pretty good. I mean,
Stay sharp out there.
give me an aura, please. Why are you saying that I can't put it on there?
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
Maybe I just need it out of town. Did not mean to click on elemental hit. There we go. Let's see how elemental hit feels instead of spectral throw for a bit. What's something you'd like to see added to POE 2? Quite a few things. King's March I liked, but that's obviously a seasonal content thing. Mapping, where you can use the maps that you actually want to use instead of going to do Augury and Mire all the time. That would be pretty great. I actually vastly prefer the Lord's Labyrinth for ascending over the current ascension process. I really like Lord's Labyrinth. That is actually content that I did quite a bit. Other than that, more unique maps that you can choose. There's some pretty fun unique maps, like Coward's Trial is one that a lot of people use to level up to. Things like the Legion. I'm not a big Legion fan, but I think that would be very good for the game to put in. And I know that they have some things that they want to put in that's unique as well that I don't obviously have comments on, but yeah, probably upgrading Breach to, not Breach, Delirium to have the extra mechanics that were in this game. I would love that. And on top of all of those, probably Abyss, because Abyss feels really good at times for Path of Exile 1, and I feel like it would fit really well with the current model of 2. I think Abyss with the Abyss Jewels would fit very, very well. Not too sure if I want to keep elemental hit, but it's definitely doing the work. I gotta find... There we go. I gotta find a rare to test it against, see how much damage it does. Because right now it's feeling like it's doing less damage. Oh, crafting bench 100%, yes. Yeah, anything to do with crafting. The Recombinator, I can't believe I forgot about that. That's kind of in the King's March mindset there. I absolutely adore the Recombinator. The Eldritch currency, like the Eldritch orbs, oh, I love those. I really love those. I'm not saying put in Shaper and Elder, but bosses that are akin to Shaper and Elder, I would love it. Then, yeah. You can't have the Shaper and Elder mods without the crafting, so give me transmutation, augmentation orbs, so that way you can continuously roll the blues that you have without having to get entirely new bases. God, I'd love that. I really love the crafting in Path of Exile 1, and I'm not even good at crafting at Path of Exile 1. Like, I've made a few pretty damn good items. Like, once I get through Act 1, I'll show you a few things that I made on my other character in this season, essentially. But it's still not like, holy shit, game is over good stuff, but just the crafting in general, like, Yeah, thank you, adventurer. I was thinking mechanics-wise for like gameplay, but you're 100% right. The number one thing that they need to bring into the game is crafting. Because right now, crafting Path of Exile 2 is not it. And if they bring crafting bench into the game, it's also going to stabilize the economy for divine orbs not being so ridiculously expensive. Because yeah, right now the issue with divine orbs is that there is no sink to take them out of the market, which makes exalted orbs less expensive and useful comparatively. When you have unlimited divine orbs that aren't getting used, everything else needs to ask for more divine orbs. Oh yeah, the blades feel better than elemental hit for sure. All res, perfect. Oh man, just feeling crazy strong right now. And I'm gonna get me some Val gems right now, like there's also like the Val side area where you go back in time and build the temple based on how you change it in the future, or in the past, or however you want to describe it. I don't know, it's confusing. That one, Alva's Temple, really fun content, I enjoy that. It's a little bit not underutilized. Ooh, I got Val Lightning Strike, so if I wanted to go that build, I could. Enter the Cavern of Wrath. Didn't even realize I was doing that, but hell yeah. Get some pretty good resistances for early on. I gotta get better, obviously. If you can cap your resistances early, you feel basically immortal. Yeah, as soon as I take out this not mermaid siren thing, I'll show you the body armor and some of the swords I made, because they are things that are super cool that you just can't have in Path of Exile 2 right now because of the lack of crafting. And I think once you see it, you'll see exactly why I want crafting back in the game. Go.
I'm so cold and lonely. Embrace me.
Dagger. Now we gotta get through here, and then I'll find the boss. There's also some really messed up enemies in Path of Exile 1 that are really cool. Like, when you find Piety's dungeon, there's these freaky girls that she experimented on and gave extra arms, and they're like covered in blood, and it's just really gross. It's aesthetically really good for the game to have those kinds of body horror looking enemies. I think they need to have those a little bit more messed up looking enemies, because right now Path of Exile 2 has kind of normal looking guys all the way across. Like, you take people out in gruesome ways, like the Act 2 boss, where you take down the cart and then the girl comes up and chops his head off. That's pretty gruesome. But the enemies themselves are kind of normal.
I give you to the earth.
I'd say the way they have the campaign set up right now is really good for 2. It's a touch overtuned, but the first thing they need to change, one, crafting bench, and then two is ascendancies. And if they have that taken care of, I really don't think that they'll need to worry about tweaks as much as they probably are emphasizing, uh, because it's still early access. We don't care if things are broken so much. We just want to have fun. And if they have a fun game, we will accept broken mechanics. Oh. There you are. Ew. Now she's about to transform. I thought those guys despawned when she transformed, but I guess not. There it is. Or there she is, I should say. Oh no! I hit the wrong button. I did not mean to do that. Where are you? Where are you? There we go.
Your love for a man, that's what did this to you, Mervale.
And that is Act 1 done.
Doresso gave me the gem, kissed me.
Well, not
promised that he would be
100%
by
done,
my
but
side
close
forever.
enough.
Ready, exile?
Oh, Einhar, you're fun, but no. This guy here, Einhar, he's the Beastmaster. He helps you out in maps, and he's goofy and weird, and when you capture the beasts that he wants you to capture, you can use them to, like, do a whole bunch of different things. You can beat them again, or essentially sacrifice them to try and get better gear. You can use them for some insane crafting recipes, and you can get unique items that you can't get anywhere else. Well, usually can't get anywhere else. There's some stuff in this game that, or this season, that lets you get it. But like aspect of the crab, aspect of the cat, and the avian aspect, whichever one that one's called, are all unique crafting recipes that you can get thanks to Einhar. And they have some pretty interesting and unique interactions. Like in this season here, aspect of the cat gives you maximum power and frenzy charges, which is just ridiculously broken, which is the kind of build that I'm trying to make right now, except for not as defensive as the rest of the stuff. Like, this is very different from anything else I'm going to be making normally, but as you can see, like, Einhar stays there and he tries to get you to capture these rares that are super buffed, but for the rest of the map, he doesn't, like, take hits for you or anything, but he does decent damage. Like, he can clear the map for you if you were struggling. Oh, this is weird. It crashed again. Okay, I'm gonna start this back up, but it seems like it's having some troubles right now. I don't know why Path of Exile 1 is crashing so much, but I'm gonna show you the crazy things that you can craft to kind of explain why we want it in the game so bad, because it's like literally game changing. Right, so here we go. You can get bases on here, and you can roll them to have like these implicits on here that are just wonderful. But this is the chess piece that I made. So it gives you crazy high chance to suppress spell damage, huge intelligence, massive evasion rating, and an energy shield. Then it gives you increased attributes on it as well, and these are all 6 mods that I absolutely 100% wanted. These are exactly what I wanted for the for this chess piece, and you can deterministically make just that, exactly what you're going for, by taking pieces like this and smashing them together with other like pieces until you make the perfect chess piece. There's also different currency like the tailoring orb, which allowed me to get that 8% increased explicit defense modifier magnitude. These things are crazy expensive, and the mod in there is randomized from a really large pool, so it's hard to get the good mods, but the fact that you can is extremely, extremely huge. Now,
I don't think I need to be doing
the
that.
things in there that I'm really happy are not in Path of Exile 2 are like the socket system. Like, this was my chess piece before I built this one, and I'm still using this one because I needed, what did I need on here? Probably like the fire res? Yeah, I needed the resistances, so like this one doesn't have any resistances, whereas this guy has a big one. Another ridiculously, ridiculously good chess piece. And, like, you can get all kinds of stuff like this. Like, I made these gloves myself as well with the big int, the big attack speed. It rolled really shitty with that maximum energy shield, but like, you can get some pretty great stuff on there. I also made this crazy good helmet. You got some really interesting uniques on here, like attacks are equal to 20% of your energy shield, so whatever your energy shield is, it's equal to your defense essentially. Trying to find, obviously got a pretty full, this thing is really full. Trying to find one of the swords I made that you just can't do in Path of Exile 1 right yet, but are incredible. I know exactly what it's going to look like. I might have sold them all. But, like, I made a bunch of these really good chess pieces, some of them on the cheap. And this is how I made most of my currency last league to be really powerful. And they did sell. For the most part, they sold pretty well. These ones aren't amazing. Like, this one's pretty damn good, but they're not amazing. Unlike this guy, which is one of the best ones that you can get. It's just, depending on what you can do and what you make and how well you make your character, it opens the door to what you can do in game, but crafting is open to anybody. Like, you can make these kinds of flasks. Everybody's going to want a gold flask with increased effect, and another good mod on there, like percent chance to avoid being stunned. When you have, if you can get that 50%, or if it's like 52% and you have 95% increased effect on here, that's 100% chance to avoid being stunned, meaning you're stun immune. This one here isn't quite 100%, but if you had like 5% somewhere else, you would have it, and you would be in great shape. I can't remember if this can roll high. Yeah. In this game, tier 1 is the highest, so when you see tier 1, you know it's the best. I like that wording as well, because when you are doing crafts, you can know when you hit like the prime value that you're looking for. You can also make pretty crazy mods in here, so like you see how it says those top two mods, Warlords and Hunters. That's because I used, I don't have them here, but in here you can get Eldritch Orbs of Hunters, and I can't remember what the dominance one is, probably like Crusader's Orb, I think it is, and you can get very specific mods with it, and then you can roll those created items with Orbs of Alteration to get exactly what you're looking for those mods, and it makes some pretty incredible gear. And then you smash those two pieces together and you get a pair of gloves like this that have both the non-Val strikes target an additional enemy and +1 to frenzy charges, which are crazy powerful mods. Craft on something like attack speed, and it doesn't matter what the other mods are, it's already something that somebody else would use and love and get a lot of benefit out of. If you could get something like maximum life and resistances on top of it, you're rich. Yeah, that's definitely the number one thing I want to have in Path of Exile 2, crafting. Yes, please to that. I can't even remember what this build was that I did. Val Haste with double... Oh yeah, that's right, this was a Flicker Strike build. So I got double strike in there right now because I would have been doing bossing, but otherwise it would have been Flicker. It's an infinite Flicker, so you don't need to worry about the can't gain frenzy charges while flickering kind of thing. I would have loved to have a proper Flicker. Alrighty. Migrate to Settlers League? I should already be in... Oh, no, I'm in Prescia, that's why. But yeah, it's nearly 3 o'clock. The girlfriend will be home right away. I'm going to give her a call because she is off work. She called me earlier. And I am going to start cooking. I will be on later to get a few more videos recorded, but probably tomorrow's the next time I'll be streaming in the morning. I hope to see you guys there. Sorry to end it a little bit abruptly right now. Kind of need to make her feel special because I think in 2 more days she's going to be out of town for a few more days, and she definitely deserves the attention. Anyways, thank you guys again so much for stopping by. I'll be on earlier tomorrow, and I'll give you guys a shout out in the Discord, and hope to see you guys soon.